Yeah, there's a whole bunch of people coming tonight. I mean, it's supposed to be a good event. How you doing? Great, thanks. Hi, I'm Jeff George. I'm running for Congress next year. Nice to meet you.
Which Congress? The United States or the
U.S.? Yes.
State?
Yes.
Well, of course, the U.S.
Running against Connie Mack.
Oh, I think I might too. Good to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you.
Well, is that running?
Well, good.
Yes, it is. Oh, great.
We're live online, so.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Well,
somebody's got to replace Connie Mack.
Yeah.
She is horrible.
Yeah, Jeff George. Okay, where do you live?
I live in, well, actually, I just moved to Fort Myers. What we're doing is we're going to try something a little different. I'm going to be live casting for the next year, basically online, not quite 24/7.
Okay. Well, save this clip. This is Bob Krasowski. I'll probably be running as well.
Are you?
Well, I don't know. He's our congressman down there in Collier County, and somebody's got to replace him. So we'll investigate your campaign and either support you or run as well.
Well, what we really need to do, I mean, the unity is so important right now. You know, we've got Larry Burns. Looks like he's going to be running as a Democrat this year. We've really got to focus all our efforts on making sure that what we're going to do out there is actually to get somebody into office.
Are you a Republican or a Democrat?
I'm running as an independent right now.
An independent, okay. And you think you can pull that off?
Well, that's the question. You know, there's a lot of things going on, and we have a lot of, I think, historic firsts right now that are going on in this election. Yeah. You know, we've also we've got a very small window of opportunity, I think, with the new media. That we have a window of opportunity right now to use the internet in a way that's never been done before. We might be able to, if we get out there and we work. What I'm going to be doing for the next year is I want to go out and I want to talk to everybody in the community, and I actually want to spend time with people, not do the 2-minute interviews.
But who are you dating? I mean, Connie Mack's married.
There you go. I mean, that's a big issue.
How are you? Yeah, it is a big issue. I mean, Americans are really, they're on top of everything. That's what they care about. So who are you dating? Is there anybody around that we can?
Well, I'm single right now. Okay. So if you know anybody.
Well, let's see if we can make a little political.
Do you have a card?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Any key positions? Like, how about energy? Nuclear energy. What do you say?
We were just discussing that. I think nuclear energy is okay as a last option, but there are a lot of other possibilities before we get to nuclear. I mean, we can exploit natural gas better than we're doing now. Wind, solar. You know, when it comes down to the issue of power, what matters to the consumer is that when they plug the light in, they get electricity. Yeah. That's what they care about. Now, in government and in the industry, we need to pursue different options. I don't think there's any one solution for power that we're going to come up with. You know, in the end, it's going to be a combination of a lot of different options.
Our organization is circulating this. It's an open letter and petition to Governor Chris that we sent out in July. And it pretty much parallels what you were saying. So if you look at that, our contact information is there.
Well, what we'd like to do is we'd like to, sit down with your organization and, like I said, actually spend some time. And if you have an event that you're planning, we'll go out with you then.
We have a fundraiser. Maybe you can come there.
When is it?
Probably. We haven't set a date, but it has to be December, January, February, no later than that. Because we're thinking of taking action against the permitting of the 2 nuclear plants that are proposed for Turkey Point, because they haven't done everything else yet first. Things are in kind of flux as far as the state energy plan, and to make that decision to go ahead with that now is really dumb. Well, it serves special interest, certainly not people's interest.
And I think that's the thing. People are pushing nuclear a little too quickly. Everyone has come to the realization now that we've hit the peak oil point. So now I think the same interests are kind of pushing nuclear power, and we have other options.
Coal, because that's the same thing like coal. A lot of people are objecting to coal, but then the coal thing, we kind of paint ourselves in a corner. Okay, if it's not coal, then then they're saying, oh, we have to have nuclear, so we have to have something. But there are options that could keep us in energy for 10 years if we just go to building codes, efficiency, solar, and distributed generation, and all that. Accommodating distributed generation through the public service and all that stuff. So we're thinking we participated in the public service commission moving forward on this protest to issuing some of the nuclear side?
I think, one of the things that we really need to do is we have a hard time when we talk to a lot of Americans just aren't aware of what's going on with the issue. And also, it's almost become a dirty word, but conservation is something that I think we need to stress more. I mean, there are a lot of options. If we can cut down significantly on our use of
I don't know, where does that dirty word concept come from?
I don't know. I think it happened sometime during the 80s when fuel was nice and cheap. Yeah, that's another one.
Yeah. Conservation is a big thing. What do you think about the war? I mean, what's going on? If you were in Congress, would you vote to impeach, like Kucinich made a motion? How strong are you on that whole deal?
Well, that is, I think, the key issue right now. I mean, the issue of the environment and energy, these are critical issues, but relative to the damage that we can do with the war on terror, they are long-term issues. The elephant in the room right now is the war on terror. Everyone is talking, of course, about pulling out of Iraq, which is something that we need to do, because until the political situation improves, it doesn't matter if we're there 4 years, it doesn't matter if we're there 40 years, the situation is not going to change. And I'm actually a Muslim, and I've spent some time in that area, and I think the larger problem is what's killing us is the war on terror itself. Terrorism is a problem. It's a real threat to Americans, but it's not a threat to the existence of America. What's an existential threat to us is the war on terror, and that's what we have to get people to understand. We can't. The pot is going to boil over if we keep turning up the heat, and that's what we're doing. And what we're seeing in Lebanon, of course, the situation between the Palestinians and the Israelis, what's going on right now in Pakistan, in addition to the occupation in Iraq, the troops in Afghanistan, all of this is having a cumulative effect. And we need to bring Iran and Syria to the table, and we have to take the threat level down, because we have done more to make Al-Qaeda a world power than they ever could have possibly imagined.
Where are you from originally?
I was born in Ohio, but I grew up in this area. Okay. Then I was in the Army for 5 years, and I've traveled around a bit, and now I'm back in this area.
What were you doing in your Army?
I was an intelligence analyst.
You were? Okay. You know a lot of the retired military that are now taking place in the army management?
In this area, I don't know a lot of the retirees. I was actually an enlisted man, and I know a few people still in the intelligence community that I talk to every now and then, and they are an amazing source of insight, not necessarily giving away any sort of classified information or anything like that, but there's a real struggle within the intelligence community, because it's a community of professionals, of dedicated professionals who they have a commitment to revealing facts and a truthful account, and that's been politicized, that process.
Do you have any political experience behind you, or what do you do?
Right, I have a video production company, and actually I'm also working as a sleep tech, play sonographer right now. So I go a little. I was seeing what's going on in the medical industry too with the radio engineering companies, looking around patients.
Well, I'm really glad we had an opportunity to talk to you, to meet you.
Actually, we are live right now, and I know about the Department of Peace because I'm a big fan of Dennis Kucinich. Can you tell us a little bit about the Department of Peace?
Sure. At this point in Congress, there's 68 congressional representatives that have signed on to the bill. Again, its premise is creating a Department of Peace kind of equivalent to the Department of Defense. It would be a Secretary of Peace that at the same time there's a Secretary of Defense providing information to the President. There would be information that would be in relation to conflict resolution and nonviolent communication. That would be the approach. Some of the other things on the table is to create a peace curriculum throughout the country for our school systems, so that in pre-K on, kids are already learning skills in conflict resolution and how to resolve issues right, within the school environment that will lend out into the real world. Another proposal is to create a sister university to West Point, so you would have a peace academy that would be graduating leaders in the skills of conflict resolution and peace studies in relation to the same level that they're graduating strategists in military operations.
What would the if there was a Department of Peace, what would the relationship between the Department of Peace and say the State Department in terms of?
Well, I think that there's some things I think there's some things in all the departments that are overlapping. There's things that the State Department does, and things that the Department of Defense does that are actually in the area of peace building. And I think that that's kind of the same way we had NASA. We created NASA to get us to the moon because we had so many people doing so many different areas of rocket propulsion and so forth. What NASA did was bring all that institutional heft under one organization to get us there. And I think we're kind of in that same area. We have domestic violence programs all across this country. You have a tremendous violence problem here, that there's lots of organizations doing lots of things, but there's no institutional heft under one department that creates kind of a unity and provides information sharing and bringing all those folks together with the institutional help to actually combat this problem. You're looking at $300 billion reported by last year the World Health Organization that we spent on interpersonal violence in this country alone, not war related. This is domestic issues, trying to solve our own interpersonal issues. So we can reduce that number by 25%. You've got $300 billion. That's a good chunk of revenue to start to utilize in other places. So I think that those are some things that are really proposed by the Department of Peace that really are bringing some things to the table.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It was nice to meet you.
Pleasure.
It was nice meeting you.
Thank you. What brought you to this environment today?
Oh, I know Tom. Yes.
Oh, okay, good.
I know Tom. I've worked with EPEC.
Okay.
Very little. Very little. Because I don't want to give him some shit.
Do you have a website?
Yeah, if you go to crazyforcongress.com, that is our website. We've got the live feed on there right now. We've got some videos up. We're going to have a lot more going in the next few weeks. Like I said, I'm going to be live casting.
I'm the state coordinator for the DOP for Southwest Florida. There's actually 4 coordinators in Florida because it's such a big area. And this is Fabio and Amanda. They're from Edison Community College. They've actually formed the Student Peace Alliance chapter on campus. And they just recently went to Brandeis University for a Student Peace Alliance conference where actually, why don't you share a little bit about that?
Yeah, actually, as a matter of fact, 2 or 3 weeks ago we went to Brandeis University. There was a huge conference, about 300 students from all over the country, California, Ohio, Florida, and also we have keynote speakers such as Tarun Gandhi, the grandson of Mahatma Gandhi, and Barry Williams, the Nobel Peace Prize. So I ended the conference in Northern Ireland. The conference was incredible, extremely inspiring. When we came back, we were like, we all spread knowledge throughout the student body all over the Florida state. And now there's a national plan that every student peace alliance has to follow, and we're going to start calling on members of Congress.
How's the activist community at Edison?
It's growing.
Growing?
It's getting there. I mean, last semester we did an event regarding the Darfur crisis, when people didn't really know anything about it, and this semester, to my pleasure, students have approached me asking me to organize another one. So I can tell it's spreading. The concept of peace is spreading. I just did a PowerPoint presentation. For instance, it's supposed to be a 10 minutes. I did a 35 minutes PowerPoint presentation on the Department of Peace, and people were very, very captured. So it's something that, we really believe in it, and we are giving our best effort. We have a lot of different activities planned for next year regarding schools. We're going to start soon talking to high schools, middle schools, other colleges regarding starting student peace alliance.
Where I come down on this issue, one of the most important things to do with this 2008 is that we have to do a better job of looking at and building unity towards one specific action. Because one of the problems historically we've always had with the activist community is that everyone has got their issues, and they're all important issues, but then trying to get everybody to coalesce around one thing, the one focal point to move forward from there is always a challenge. I love the idea of Department of Peace. I've been a fan of Marianne Williamson for forever. I lived in Wisconsin, so this is something, what we're really hoping we can do, more than anything, is that we want to create a during this election for Southwest Florida.
Yeah, there needs to be a conference. What's missing is there's no dialogue regarding peace as a strategy. We always seem to be using defense as a strategy, and if you're always throwing rocks, you're usually not going to create the best relationship. So power over someone is usually not the best way to win them. We've got to create some power with situations, and I think that utilizing nonviolent communication and conflict resolution as a strategy is far more effective.
The way I look at it is like, if somebody walks into a bar spoiling for a fight, odds are they're going to fight. And that seems to be the situation. Everywhere we go, we've got the chip on our shoulder right now, particularly with the president. We're pushing the situation in exactly the wrong direction. It was great meeting you.
Great pleasure. Thank you.
It was great meeting you. Glad to hear you guys are up on Edison. It was nice meeting you.
Good to meet you too. Good luck.
Do we have contact information? Yep.
Great. I'm going to look at my messages and whatnot. I know which was the only bilingual magazine that went out the door. All of my information is right here. You can reach me from my email address. Which is on the bottom of my website.
Thanks. I'll be talking with you probably later this week. Thanks a lot. How you doing? Hi, I'm Jeff George. I'm running for Congress next year.
Jeff George?
Yes.
Yes,
I'll be running against Connie Mack.
Shake your hand again. Yeah, indeed.
It's amazing how often I get that reaction.
You got my vote. I don't even know you, but you got my vote.
So, tell us a little bit about the Unitarians.
Ian, you want to tell them about the Unitarians?
Well, we've had a lot of literature here that's all gone, but this is a little folder here that will tell you what our purpose is and what our principles are.
Okay. Well, we're broadcasting live online right now, and we're saving the videotape for later. So, what are some of the projects that you're working on right now?
Well, this is our coffee project, and we buy from an interfaith non-profit organization that deals with farmers' co-ops, so the money goes directly to the farmers. And most of the coffee comes from Central America. The teas come from India and cocoa from Africa. So, it's a global support kind of thing, which in itself supports peace.
And these co-ops, the farmers are actually making decent money?
Yes. Yeah.
This is an issue not a lot of people are aware of.
They're encouraged to keep it organic, not to cut down trees, to grow in the shade, and so it's good for the environment too.
All right, thank you very much.
Wish you a lot of luck.
Thank you.
Just because they were out playing, they were shot and killed. Now, who is the terrorist of that?
How's the reading going today?
Good. Good.
It's actually my mom up there. Nice to meet you.
You too.
Okay, but they're not going to actually reinstate the returns, the refunds that you get for doing solar anymore either. They're not going to reinstate that either. So the $500 if you get a hot water heater. I think those funds are available. I'm talking about federal to the energy plan. The whole energy plan for the email there to her. Yeah.
I understand that you're the best person to know Connie, and you're going to be my new congressman.
That's the plan.
We just moved here from Maryland, and we had certain expectations moving to Florida that there'd be solar panels everywhere. It was visible, and I was like, what's going on? So the president of the company, we sat down with him, and got some solar panels now plugged into our house, and we've got domestic hot water heaters, and I basically was reading him the riot act. I'm like, why aren't you everywhere? Why isn't it on the school buildings? Why isn't it on the government buildings? Why are my tax dollars being used to pay for fossil fuels when you can have science programs, you can have all these other things going on? What's going on?
This is exactly what we've been talking about all day.
I was like, this is the Sunshine State. This is like not what I was expecting. I don't mean to sound like this, like So I am very excited. It's been a dream of mine since I was in a science class at age 15. I heard about this house, the first generation solar panels. They were such a magnification off of the Chesapeake Bay that the guy actually got a check this month from PG&E, Lumber Gas and Electric. And I was like, I want that. I remember sitting in the classroom 15 years later, I want that. Who knew it was going to take over 30 years?
Well, we've had a slowdown. The 80s kind of slowed everything down. Because it used to be, I grew up in this area, and
Yeah, you're young. You're a young pup.
there was a time, you know, there was a time when I remember solar panels were going, everybody was going for the solar powered water heaters and everything, and then fuel got cheap, and electricity, everyone just seemed to have kind of lost interest in it. But hopefully now there's a real interest. Electricity, of course, is going up, gas prices are going up, so hopefully more people will get out there.
Yeah, pretty. I mean, even though he's a Republican, I'm very excited about Governor Chris to see everyone put more money in for people to get rebates and things like that. Because I was really anxious when July 1st came out. I'm like, okay, there's money in there. We need to have this now. This needs to be installed like now. This needs to happen now before the money runs out.
Are you going to do drums?
I've been pleasantly surprised by it. He's done a lot of good things in office, and I'm really pleased with him. Oh, thank you. It was nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you.
What was your name?
Connie.
Nice to meet you. This is a place everybody in this area should know.
Maybe it's in anyway.
I hope so. I'd like to hear some of it before I wrap up and go.
But they're supposed to close it. That's before.
Yeah, the thing was going to go. So you guys are still coming over there.
Nice to meet you.
Go up at any second now.
How you doing? I'm Jeff George. I'm running for Congress next year. Nice to meet you.
What area you running?
For the 14th district here. Running against Connie Dax.
Oh, okay. So you're a Democrat.
I'm an independent right now.
Oh, okay.
So we'll be running against him.
Well, good luck.
Can you tell us a little bit about your parish? We're live online right now.
Oh, okay. About the fair trade program or the parish itself?
About a little both.
Well, the fair trade program is, instead of free trade, it's fair trade. In fact, George Bush had a proposal in 2002, which basically is called CAFTA, which finally passed Congress this last June, which is why we need congressmen that are aware of the situation. It had been lingering in Congress for quite a while. This lady here can tell you all about it, but when we turn it off, she's familiar. Well, here you have to tell them all about the parish. We're live online.
Oh, you're kidding. Not me.
That's okay. We got maybe 2 or 3 viewers, so there's probably more people here standing or watching it. I'm Jeff George. I'm running for Congress next year.
He's running against Connie Dax.
Oh, I see. All right.
And he has an online, and I was proceeding to tell them about fair trade versus free trade. But I said Barb knew more about it.
Well, I don't know if I know so much.
Can you tell us a little bit about the parish?
It's in Connection. I'm new to the parish in 02. So,
you've been here a lot longer than some of our residents have.
Right, yeah. But it was already started when I got here, and we just now finished our parish center.
So where's that at?
Off of Iona Road, off McGregor.
Okay.
South of
I know, Mohammed was just up there speaking. He's a good friend of mine. He's also my imam. I'm a Muslim myself.
I see.
So I know he was working with the parish a couple of times. Done some interfaith dialogue. So.
Right. Is that the gentleman over here?
Yeah. Yeah.
I just came back. I was here.
We are one of the largest parishes in the area. I'm thinking, how many does the church hold? I roughed it at almost about 1,800 people, and they have 5 to 6 masses a weekend, so you get the idea how large the parish is. Probably the largest Catholic parish in the Fort Myers area, because it's in that new growing area. So we are very active in all the community because we have so many people.
That's great.
To be active.
Well, it's super help. Yeah, really into social justice.
This is the issue we really need to be talking about right now.
Working with the coalition of Latin workers. You name it, then we're
just had 3 people come back from Haiti. A doctor and a lady known as the goat lady. Because last Christmas, instead of buying each other's gifts, we gave goats.
I've been there a couple times.
Yeah. We support at schools here in the towns, and we're building another school. And so we go back periodically and check sure how things are going. We are instrumental in getting them drinking water.
This is good. This is, I mean, what we need to be seeing the faith community doing is getting out there and really putting our shared values to practice.
I guess I just don't know how many different organizations we have in every imaginable field, you know.
Well, what we're doing is I'm going to be basically online for the next year, pretty much solid. Not quite 24/7, but just about. So we're going to be going and we'll be talking. One of the things I really want to do is talk to.
Thank you. Okay. Crazy for Congress. That's cute. Okay.
So,
Did you care to have any information on our fair?
Yeah, sure.
Fair trade and yeah, it's fair trade. That gives you some idea.
I'm sure I'll be seeing you again over the next year. So
If you get elected, you have to vote against CAFTA if it comes up again.
you don't have to convince me on that.
I'm worried about the standing.
Chancellor.
Thank you. Now, which did you care for?
Oh, the dark chocolate.
The dark. Enjoy. It's wonderful.
Good.
I haven't had lunch today.
Yeah, actually.
No dark chocolate, white chocolate.
How much is the white chocolate?
That's 2.
Okay.
There you go.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I wish you the best.
Thank you. What time is it?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. Hi, how you doing?
How are you?
Good. I'm Jeff George. I'm running for Congress next year.
Hi, thank you. Nice to meet you.
Easy, man. You told me all about you, sir. Oh, that's good to hear. What's your name?
Chris.
What's your name?
Mia.
Nice to meet you. So, actually, we're live online right now. You want to tell folks a little bit about Food Not Bombs?
Well, basically, it's an organization. We take food that would have otherwise gone to waste, and generally vegetarian or vegan food, and prepare it, bring it out to Centennial Park on Tuesdays, and serve it to mostly homeless people, anybody that wants to eat, basically.
Now, I'm not sure a lot of people are aware of what's been going on with the shelters, but specifically the lack of shelters here in the area. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Well, you know, you're going out to Centennial Park, so what's the shelter situation like here in South
Very
Florida?
bad.
Yeah.
Even
the ones that there are, like, people can't get in.
Yeah. There's no open beds here around. And if there happens to be any open beds, they have to jump through hoops.
Yeah.
And the complete lack of a mental health system.
Right. There's not enough mental health care here. This is an endemic problem everywhere in the U.S. right now.
Right.
Not as bad. I'll bring some of the stuff you have.
Yeah, if there's some new resources that come up, crisis. I mean, with foreclosures, the economy going bad, you're going to see more homeless people, you're going to see more hungry people. I mean, you don't see it around here, but you go into downtown Fort Myers, you go into Dunbar, East Fort Myers, off Palm Beach, you're going to see the problems. I mean, I counted people that they didn't believe me that there was a problem, but there is. Here in South Fort Myers, you're not going to see it, but go into the poorest sections of town, of the county. Yeah, I've got 20 days. I'm gonna be life captain for the next year. So, I got wedding place almost down in Fort Myers. So I think that's going to be a perspective of the area that not a lot of people have seen before. I mean, people drive by, go watch a baseball game, but they really don't see what's going on in the area. So hopefully we can actually do a better job of representing the people that live around there.
You're going to be living downtown?
I'm right off of the street. Lindhart. It's about a couple blocks from the hospital across the street. Yeah, where the subway is, the Snow station. I live right behind there.
So if you haven't met Victor yet, you will. Victor's the man to know downtown. He'll get you votes.
Well, one of the things that we want to do is, since I'm going to be on all the time, is we want to go out with organizations like yours and actually see what you do firsthand instead of doing these little 2-minute interviews.
Here's
Come on
our
down.
flyer. You want to take that? We normally go down there between 7 and 7:30. Every Tuesday.
We'll head down there and hopefully show people what's going on. Thanks a lot. It was nice to meet you. Hi, how you doing? Good. I'm Jeff Jordan.
Oh, nice to meet you.
So we're live online right now. Do you want to tell folks a little bit about what you're doing here?
Yes, we're here with Southwest Florida Vegetarians and Vegans, and we're here to try to raise awareness some of the issues involved in eating meat and the benefits of instead eating a plant-based diet, both for the animals, certainly in terms of the way they're, farm animals are treated in today's more factory farms, and also for the environment. It's a huge environmental impact, and resulting from the diets that we eat, and also for humans, health-wise, becoming increasingly clear that plant-based diet is much healthier, and so we have literature here that we're sharing with people, and we have a group that we get together on a monthly basis to share tasty food and recipes and ideas, and
that's the way to get to people. Don't do the stomach.
So next week, for example, we're having a Thanksgiving potluck dinner where instead of eating the turkey, we will symbolically adopt them which is on the stage tonight. And so this is the kind of thing that we need to do. And I think in doing this, hopefully we're promoting peace and compassion in the world. And that's what we want to share with the public.
Excellent. We're going to be filming and getting around the community and talking to all sorts of people. I would love to come to one of your events.
We'll
bring our cameras with us and we'll show people firsthand what being a vegetarian is all about.
That's our biggest event of the season.
Okay. Saturday, November 6th. Actually, I think we should be able to make it. Thanks a lot. It's nice to meet you.
Thank you. Nice meeting you. Bye-bye.
I feel the grass is moving along.
It is.
Hey, how you doing, man?
How you doing, Frank?
All right. Can I get your computer? Can I do what I wanted to do? Is it possible or you gotta go?
No, but you didn't bring it.
You don't have it?
No,
well, it says they're in the shop.
I didn't know.
You're going to get the...
Elizabeth will come at it. Just wait. Because it's going to take a while, and I don't know if the battery's charged or not.
Believe me, I got plenty
So you know
of
when you're going to go, huh? She loves it there.
She does, while she's been over at Zoe for probably 6 years.
Yeah, more than that.